If you have dabbled in Excel sheets to record your business expenses and you forget to record those at the right time, then we both are in the same page and you have landed at the right video. Hi everyone, my name is Michelle D'Souza. I'm a licensed financial advisor in Ontario. Today I'm going to make a quick video on the kind of app that I use to record my business expenses. So when you're in the initial stages of business, you wouldn't have the means to actually pay expensive accountants to record all of your expenses, keep tabs of your appointments, ensure all the things are in the right set of places. So you will have to rely on apps and tools to get your job done, and which is what I'm doing right now. At this point in time, given this is my side business, I don't make enough to justify the expense of hiring a personal assistant or having a separate accountant. Maybe in future I may consider these things, but for the time being, I am going to rely on free apps and tools that are currently available on the internet to make my job easy. If you're also a small business owner and have always wondered how to keep track of expenses, what are the right expenses to record, especially if you're in Canada, and what you need to show at the end of the day, maybe this app would be useful for you. A disclaimer, this video is not a paid promotion. I am just a user of this app and I have found this to be very helpful, and that's the only reason I'm sharing my information with you. Hope you find it useful as well. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so guys, I am in the Smart Receipts app, which I just showed. I'll just walk through how to create an expense. So here I've just created a May expense. I'll just create a similar one to show you how you can go about it. So here you just click the plus button and put in any kind of expense report name you want. I generally go with the monthly expenses because it's easier to keep track. So I'll just put in something like a June expense because I've already created a May expense. Start date, I keep it a start beginning of the month. Okay, actually I think I cannot go to the next month, so I will go to the previous month. 1st of April. And my end date will be 30th of April. Currency CAD, no comment. Okay, that's my new expense report. So now my April expense is all empty. So generally reports are a bundle of different kinds of expenses. So let me create a new expense. If you have paper receipts, you can just click a picture directly from this app. If you have any kind of doc receipts or if you have a PDF receipt, then you can import it under this option. And in this particular scenario, to show you an example, I'll create a text only receipt. So the name, let me put it as printer as assumption. So it costs about 75 CAD. Date, let me put it something within the April time frame. And category. So category, you can actually change the categories, you can manage the categories. So here you see ticket cost, meals, entertainment, gasoline, gift, hotel, laundry, other, parking, postage shipping, car rental, taxi, bus, telephone, tip, train, books, periodicals, cell phone, dues, subscriptions, meals, justified, and training fees. I think most of these categories are what we generally incur as a small business owner. If you need to edit any of this, you can always do that. But in this case, I'm not going to edit anything. I'll just put this under my other type of expense, and it's reimbursable. These guys have the default settings as reimbursable, which you can change in the settings for the entire app if need be. I'll go through the settings once I create this expense. So I'll just create a done. So printer expense is done. So it's as easy as that, right? It was just a few seconds worth of job, and I can click the photo from anywhere. And since it's an app, I can just take my phone. It's a mobile thing. If you're outside, if you're in your car, if you're in your shop, if you're in your office, you can just do this anywhere. So it makes a lot of difference, because earlier when I was doing this in an Excel sheet, I used to mainly rely on my laptop. I wasn't very comfortable with editing Excel on my phone. So when it was to rely on the laptop, I used to always forget to track my expenses, record my expenses at the time. And the receipts used to be lying around at home, or if it was some kind of PDF or something, then it used to take me months to track those receipts and put it in an Excel sheet. So I can do it anywhere I am. It doesn't matter. And since it is through the mobile phone, it's easy to do as well. So now that we have created the entire expense report, the April expense or the May expense, if you want to export it, all you need to do is click the export button and make a CSV file out of it. So this was one of the major plus points for me with this app, because tracking it through Excel sheet is the easiest way you can track your expenses. And now that we have created this, let's go back to the settings. So in case you share your business with more than one person, then probably Smart Receipts Plus would be a good option for you. A paid subscription would be required. But since I'm doing the business alone, I don't have to rely on any kind of paid options for this app. Whatever they give as free options work very well for me. You can also put in your default email in case you know that you're always going to be the recipient of that email. Other than this, basically there is just the date format, the currency that you would like to record your expenses in. They can also include a tax field. Generally, it is GST 13% over here in Ontario. You can add that as a separate field if needed in your expenses. You can always play around with these settings. You can also customize your CSV output. Let's look at that, right? You can just see what kind of columns you need in your Excel sheet and have a very good sorted out Excel output. Receipt date could be included. That's it. But I feel that this free version helps us a lot, and I especially liked the export option where you can see all your expenses in one shot in an Excel sheet at the end of the term, at the end of a year, especially during the tax season. I hope you found this content useful. This particular app has been a lifesaver for me in terms of tracking those multiple receipts and multiple expenses that you end up incurring over the course of a year. If you found this content useful, please do subscribe to my channel for more such content. And thank you so much for watching.